So the skin that we have got here, this is clean, nothing on it. I'm going to start obviously because this is how to put on foundation from the word go. So I'm going to start off with this, which is the Clinique, and behind so it will focus, Super Primer. So I'm just putting that in my hands and I'm just putting it all over my face quite liberally, and especially in places where there are pores, a few wrinkles. Now because I'm going for a dark lip colour today, dark lip colours can bleed. So I've already started with some lip gloss on. I've had lip balm on for a while, just acting kind of as a base, because when you're using a dark colour, it's going to get stuck in everything. So next step for me is I'm going to go with foundation. Now today I'm using this CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous. This was $11 at the shop, so I couldn't go past it. Now, so many different ways you can put foundation on depending on what you've got. You can put it on with your fingers, you can put it on with a blender, and you can put it in with a brush. Basically it's up to you. So I thought for the purpose of today I will use all three different methods, and I'm assuming there really won't be much difference. So I'm putting some on my hand. The first area I'm going to do is my forehead with my hand. So benefits of using your fingers is that you warm up the product, it moves quite easily and you can feel it. I've always usually put makeup on with my foundation because let's face it, in the morning when you're in a hurry, you don't want to be faffing around with makeup brushes. So here's our forehead with fingers. Next I'm going to do this side with a brush. So same thing, this is the Airbrush Precision foundation brush, which is by Sephora. I'm not sure if you can get this one here, I got this one in New York. So I'm just going to brush it on my face and I'm going to attempt to do sort of some circular motions, buffing away. Sometimes the frustrating thing I think you can feel if you use a brush and even a sponge is you do kind of get the feeling that it's absorbing a bit of the product. And like I said before, because I'm going with a dark lipstick shade, oh, I just buffed my forehead. Because I'm doing a dark lipstick shade, I'm going over my lips too. And on the other side, I'm going to use my makeup brush, which is going to be awful actually. And I'm going to, these can either go wet or damp, but I'm going to go damp, and I'm going to dampen it with my MAC Fixer spray. The idea behind these is they just should theoretically make your foundation last longer, and you really need to wash this. So I'm just going to pick up the rest and I'm going to push, almost like bounce it off the skin, I guess. And this is the part where you can bounce as much as you want to, and you can also put as much foundation on as you want to. This is actually, gosh, a really good coverage. It says it's fresh, oil-free foundation for a fresh complexion. It's just natural. It's quite natural. It's quite nice actually. It's covering well. That's the three different applications. So fingers, brush and sponge. I don't think it looks really any different on any side. Actually, maybe, I think maybe the Beauty Blender. I think it's done away with, it's separating. Not separating, separating's the wrong word. Sitting on the pores. That's quite good. Okay, Beauty Blender's just won that round. Alright, next concealer. This is another concealer that I got from a chain store. This is my Maybelline Fit Me. I bought this last week and it was really, really hard to find. Like really hard to find. So they had plenty of the darker colours, but the light shades were really hard. I went to 3 different shops before I could find it. I ended up getting this at a discount pharmacy, but really hard to find in the lighter colours. So now that we've put our foundation on, we go in with our concealer on areas we need to conceal. So what are we concealing? We're concealing dark circles, we're concealing spots, we're concealing anything we don't like. Mine is generally underneath my eyes. I do get dark circles and around my nose. And then you can either, sometimes around the eye, your finger is the best place to do it, or just get your Sun Beauty Blender and blend away. If you've got bits that you really want to cover, that you're having trouble covering. Put your concealer on, just leave it for a few minutes to get a bit tacky. I've got hairspray in my hair. So basically what you're left with, if you're doing a full foundation look, is a blank canvas. You're all one colour. You're blending the neck. I'm kind of, at the moment, the same colour. I'm fair, but if you're fake tan, you might want to bring your colour down. But what you want to make sure is that you have no line and everything is blended and blended quite nicely. So I just give it a light powder over the top. I'm just using this one, another one which I got from the Discount Pharmacy, which is the Rimmel Lasting. This one was on sale too. Either put it on with a sponge, that'll make it go longer, or just give yourself a brush. So bigger brush the better, and just circle over the top. Put that in places, especially where you tend to shine. Theoretically, if we're talking older, don't go too heavy because it will get stuck in lines and creases. And that's it, easy to go. So that is step one, foundation is done.